Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Monsignor. I was unsure to come today, but I thought I pull a few cards to see for this month of August. They're very powerful. We started this full moon that was extremely powerful yesterday on the 1st and will last all the way to the 15th. And in the middle of it, we have this August 8 portal, this 8-8 portal where the Sun, Sirius, Orion, and the galactic center are all aligned. So we'll be receiving a lot of energy, and the portal will remain until the 12th. But the new moon, this moon will go all the way to the 15th, and then for the rest of the month will be also very, very powerful and potent. There's great change that will be coming. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what the Dakini may want to guide us to understand. Well, the situation is nicer than we think, actually. It is, let's see. Interesting cards that come out. Actually, the situation is about amusement. We need to play. We need to find amusement. Remain true to your heart. Be sincere. But enjoy yourself and letting go of all kinds of old blockages. What goes around that is the asylum, the ability to stand still, to stand inside of ourselves and contemplate the world. It looks very unnatural for this horse to be in this tree, but it's very comfortable there. It's found this asylum. What we see before us is maybe a bit of melancholy, looking at the past. See, it's the mother of pearl, and the pearl is like an imperfection that comes into the oyster, the piece of sand that creates this beautiful thing. So all imperfection, all situations of life are here to teach us something. So do not go into gloom and just allow yourself to be here, letting go of all the past. Letting go of it's all about relationship, and everything is about relationship in the learning process here. So when there is and all relationships are eternal. We can forget about it for a while, but if we met somebody, we know somebody, the relationship will always be. And sometimes there is about mostly negative situations. Sometimes the cord that connects us to the situation or the person gets stand. So by sending love and light to the situation, to the person, then you can make the cord. It won't pull anymore, and so you can be free. And you can ask Michael to cut out all the cords. Although the relationship, once they're at peace, they're there. They will always be there, but they're no longer exhausting us. In the past, the subconscious, we have this deep end, and it's really ended. It's really the old cycle has really ended. Although we cannot expect all the people. There are many people that will not leave the third dimension, even if the galactics arrive. They won't. It won't be part of their consciousness. They're not here for that. They're learning something else. And right now we're going totally banana. Everything is going totally banana in the world. It's like the absurd. It's completely absurd. Do not take it seriously. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in the Creator's plan. What is coming next in the near future is slay the ego. The ego is ascending, but the ego has to let go of its lower fears, his need for control, all kinds of things, in order to be submissive to the intuition and the voice of the heart. Our strength within the situation is the heart drop. It is the oasis in the desert. It is the empowerment. It is following the love and the wisdom. Yet in our environment, it will not reflect that. And the environment is the pearl before swine. It means not everybody is sincere. So you have to just see behind the veil and do not allow yourself to be compromised in situations that are not for you. What's going on inside is in the hopes and fear. The emotion is the guardian. It's a deep initiation. It's a mystical experience. Allow the initiation to come as they come, and the outcome will be the chameleon, the ability to blend in with any situation, to be at home anywhere. To be, as long as you're in your heart, you will be at home everywhere. The problem of the chameleon is not really grounded, but we'll find this grounding. We're going to need to find this grounding, and as we let go of the gloom of this card, we are arriving at the abundance, the overflow. It is like a cup. Everything's like a cup. Consciousness is like a cup, and the cup when the cup is empty. Sometimes the cup is full. We were like integrating, we were thinking, we're like very busy. Our cup is full, and so we and then sometimes it's empty. When it's empty, there is something that fill it up. But there are people that have a consciousness that's the size of of a sewing ring. It's just a little bit of consciousness. Some is like a glass, but you cannot pour a whole liter inside a glass. You just, even if you fill it too much, it's almost uncomfortable. So adapt yourself to whatever people understand their consciousness, and no need to try to fill an Olympic swimming pool into a drinking glass. If somebody has a big consciousness, you can bring in a lot of information. Then eventually, well, the consciousness will merge with that of the ocean. And so it is. Let me see. I took some. Yeah, because life is always teaching us, no matter what. Everything is about teaching, learning. The more you realize the unity consciousness of all life, you see the spirit of God within all things. Spirit and God and guides and angels will utilize every aspect of human consciousness, every human instrument. It can come from anywhere, from a TV show, radio, from a tree, from a human being, even from an animal. Important messages can come from anywhere when we're ready to receive them. The more you know you do not know, the more teachable you become. And so once you avail yourself to know that you do not know, we do not know, Socrates, the more God and Spirit will get involved. They want to teach us, but we have to ask. And the more we are aspiring to very high level, the greater the test when we're ready. It's like if we put the bar really high, we have to learn to jump very high. So it's good to go by step, but yet do not limitate your dream. Go directly to the spiritual heart, the center, the creator, which is all that is. And then the creator will know what is good for you. What we seek is to attain the avatar level of consciousness, which means to enjoy the multidimensionality of our beingness, yet to be in a physical form by compassion, and to get the Merkaba, Merkana, Merkara, eventually to have a plasmic body where we can just interact with material reality as needed. We'll live on another plane. But we'll get there, and do not be surprised if many people do not accept their multidimensional nature, and not everybody is ready. And sometimes our light is not strong enough to completely eliminate the darkness, so it's better to protect your light. Of course, we want to bring our light into the darkness to transmute it, but if the darkness is too strong, it's like silence is the best approach, of course. So it's about learning, discriminating, adjusting all the time to concord with whatever situation, because everything is about learning. Sometimes the plan of the Father is really hard. It's like putting all the souls through intense initiation process. And so, but it's all about relationships. So just to call on from the heart, when you connect from the heart into another person, it's different than when you connect solely by the mind. For eventually, of course, the mind and the heart have to be aligned. And so. So yeah, just empty your cup and receive the liquid light of the soul. And eventually we're going to move into this liquid light energy of the fifth dimension. And there is no limit in the expansion of our consciousness. We just got to allow ourselves to be guided one step at a time. The card of the day is the conflict and chaos. To allow all those dark things, everything, all the conflict, all the blockages, everything to come up to the surface. It's really what is being shown right now to us. And so we have to accept it. But do not fall into the wave. When you surf on the wave, you remain on top of the wave. If you go inside the wave, then it's like total chaos. But you can be on side and allow the wave to continue its thing. So we're learning much about that. Well, but I didn't really plan any songs, so I'm going to see if I can find one by random. And so I thank you very, very much for your donation. It's helping me to survive until I can get my paintings back and start my project. And thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to say. And so, well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe. Well, I'm going to sing this one. It's a light song from the Beatles. It's a short song. I wasn't really planning. I'm probably going to stop singing a cappella like this and return with a band. It's going to be a lot nicer. But I'll do one more. It goes like this. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I said. It's all right Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Little darling, it's been a cold and lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since I've been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I said, it's alright, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Little darling, the smiles are returning to your faces. Little darling, it seems like years since I've been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I said, it's alright, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Little darling, it feels like ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since I've been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I said, it's alright, do-do-do-do-do-do. And we'll pull a few more cards. So here comes the sun, we're returning to ourselves. And when we return to ourselves, we find the self-empowerment, we find the inspiration, we know what to do. We have to continue, for those who are ready to continue to cultivate our multi-dimensional nature, to know we are multi-dimensional beings. And we concentrate on reality, just a little tiny part of who we are into this physical avatar body. Well, reaching avatar body means that we're in the service of life. We came here, we're no longer in looking for salvation. We got that, and now we remain in the world to assist the program of the program of God, to assist in the evolution without forcing anything, understanding that everybody is awakening when God wants it. No matter what we do, if somebody is not ready to understand that consciousness is completely obscured. The obscuration, the darkening of the consciousness down here, and so we have to accept that, and then we liberate every aspect one at a time to become aware, to become conscious as time goes on, as life teaches also. So we have to allow to be guided by life. The observer of the day is living, departing. The highest wisdom is a cheminement, it's an assess. It's like we're going step by step, we're climbing this big mountain of light within ourselves. What we need to understand is humility, to remain humble, to remain simple, to remain spiritual, not to believe that you may be more than anybody else or less than anybody else. So even humility, even in modesty, you can be excess of modesty. You still have to recognize your divinity, accept your divinity without, with the humility of knowing that you do not know all that is needs to know in order to achieve that. But what you know, if you cannot deny it to yourself, it's like you're lying to yourself. Sometimes holding on to all tools, all patterns, is like, well, move on, move forward. Doesn't mean to stop the spiritual exercise, but I used to do all kinds of spiritual exercise in the 90s, for instance, that are completely outdated for me, although they're really what got me there to the 20s and then to the 2010s, and then everything evolved, and you have to follow your own guidance. What we need to do is triumph, to be triumphant, to accept the triumph, to accept the victory of the light, to accept that we are that which we are. I am that I am. That I am the creator. I am the creator of my life, and I'm the creator of reality in co-creation with the source and the many guiding spirits that are accompanying us. And the outcome will be to overcome doubts. The doubts may still show up just to test us, because as soon as we believe something, we receive a guidance and we believe in it. But as soon as we believe in it, life will show us a reason to doubt. And so it is a test, it's a challenge, it's something that may be valid one day, may not be valid the next day. We're being taught to live in the present, and that will lead us to knowledge, to divine knowledge, to divine understanding. But it's not about accumulating information, it's about being in a receptive mode. And even if sometimes we receive information, it's good not to forget the information we get from Spirit, but therefore sometimes we forget, we move on to something else. And so it's like Spirit has to remind us to sometimes when it's the right time. Spirit is always in the present of the now. So it's like as we are in the present of the now, we're getting all the information we need each and every moment. Well, I hope this was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.